Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to Pink Capricorn Tarot. It's your hostess with the mostest. It's your girl, Angiana. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards and see what wants to come through. I do kind of feel like the vibes have been super good. I hope y'all are doing well. The vibes in the tarot cards, that is. This Mercury retrograde been whooping my ass. I ain't gonna lie. It's been tough, but I hope y'all are doing well. First card out, Eight of Cups. All right, so immediately we're starting off with a setting that could be asking the viewer to walk away, to consider doing something different. Let's get a couple more details. Oh, the Holy Spirit wants you to go towards something else or someone else. Okay, I feel like I've been repeating myself in these messages. It's going to be my last one. Six of Cups and the Hierophant. That is a soulmate, if I've ever seen one. Okay. Now, what do you do when you're given a nudge this powerful? Well, you ask God why. Why? Seven of Pentacles, because you've been waiting, because you've been wondering, because it's been a point of contention for long enough for it to be a lesson, a plot, a ploy in your life. We have sequential numbers: 6 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. So 2 cups, 1 pentacle. This is talking about the growth that I believe the Spirit had you working on. The inner growth, the outer growth, all of it. 10 of Cups. This is why you wait. This is why the wait is worth it, so to speak. I think in any situation, when you are, especially, and I'll say this again because I'm trying to identify who my collective might be for the algorithm. If you're a young woman, a young lady, college educated, woman of color, queer person, whatever, you may be in a boat where you're constantly faced with this patriarchal question. This question of, are the systems, are the rules working in my favor? And I think this is a question for someone in the collective who could be wondering if the rules are working in their favor. Am I doing the right things? Am I doing everything right? Or is it better for me to just go off and do my own thing? Okay. So I don't get to yap, and I'm going to use my hourglass, and hopefully that's going to keep us on track and keep things nice and timely. So with this energy, I will say all the cards are good, right? I don't have a single card out here that is making me want to throw up. So let's go ahead and stop and just check in and see which facets of the viewer or of the collective's life might be most impacted by this energy using a deck that I've created. This is going to identify, are we talking family, spirituality? Is this a love conversation? Are we focused on relationships? Let's just get a little bit specific. This is talking about your control. This is talking about the things that are within and without of your control. I just did a reading and I'm posting them kind of in order, but it may or may not matter whenever you're seeing this, if anyone is seeing this, because it's all the same energy. It's about this Pluto that we're dealing with. It's about, how do you manage control? How do you manage letting go of what no longer serves you? But how do you also keep hold of what is nourishing you, whatever that looks like? Which other facets of the collective's life might be impacted by this? Yep, love in yourself. Do you love yourself enough to walk away? Or do you love yourself enough to trust spirit, to trust that spirit is going to work it out, whatever this is dealing with? Again, a reading I did was someone was in a relationship or someone was in a connection and they were thinking about leaving, or they were thinking about just experiencing something new. And I think that's valid. But I mean, take it as it resonates, right? Self-reflection and creation, thinking about what you're putting your energy toward. Again, this energy is really supposed to be general, but if it resonates, that's great. I feel like this is mostly about how you perceive your own happiness, how you identify with what it is that you've put your energy into. So if you're living in a certain environment and you're like, I put energy into this, is it that you put energy into the relationship, to the person, or the thought of having the relationship? Have you been feeling like you're owed something because of the way it looks or because of the way it feels? Last one. Those are important considerations to have. And last but certainly not least, like I said, family's been a thorough line in this message as well. Yourself and your family. Do you feel supportive of yourself? Are you giving others what it is that they need? Have you done the necessary shadow work when it comes to love? These are all very important questions. Importante, preguntas importantes. Okay, let's go ahead and tap into some oracle here. Just see what wants to come through. Like I said, I feel like the energy is general, but it may just kind of be the same vibe. I can't do nothing about that, but I will say that this energy is beautiful. This energy makes me happy, and it makes me realize how much power is in the spirit when you just kind of let things work themselves out, okay? And I'm not just saying that just to say, let things work themselves out in the spirit, but I'm saying that to say that this is all about having the courage to trust in the timing, because the Seven of Pentacles talks about someone who's been growing things, who's been waiting, who's been watching, and there's nothing wrong with it, but there's a passage in the Bible, and I referenced it on my TikTok when I got it. But it was about a vine that was tended to, and that was the mission. The mission was to take care of the vine. And the whole journey could have felt like, but this is what I was supposed to do. This is what I was supposed to do. But then the mission became, it's time for you to walk away from it. It's no longer serving you. It's no longer giving you what it is that is needed according to the spirit, according to God. This vine is not producing you any fruit. I have here at the bottom of the deck, having a healthy lifestyle. It's not giving you what it is that you need. You may need to let it go. I'm going to find that passage and I'm going to put it in the description box. But we have quieting my ego. Exactly. I mentioned that. Were you putting effort into something because it was feeding your soul, or was it feeding your ego? And what does that look like when you relinquish both for a higher purpose? Okay. My ego is no longer taking control of my life. Rather, I allow my higher self to guide me. So you could be letting the spirit guide you or letting your higher self guide you. But understanding that this is all about the end game, the larger mission, the larger purpose, which could be this 10 of Pentacles, but could be something else. What's in the stars for this collective? What's in the stars for this message? Give us some zodiac astrology energy to tap into with this message. I don't normally shuffle that way, and every time I do, I just feel anxious. I'm like, are you going to come out? Is there anything you want to give for this message? I know you're probably thinking about it. All right. 2, patience. Oh, and that's exactly what I think this message is talking about. Capricorn energy, the wisdom of Capricorn, knowing when and why and where and how. And again, as a Capricorn, as a journalist, I ask myself these questions all the time. And this was a lesson that I had to learn for myself was, okay, how can I trust myself in the journey and trust that I am guiding myself to what I need to be guided toward? But I also need to let spirit work things out a little bit, because I don't have all the answers. Even if my intuition is so strong, so powerful, I still do not have all of the answers. I literally just did a reading, and I'm hoping that I will have to put this message after that reading, because it talks about the Hierophant and the magician, or sorry, the high priestess and the magician. And now in this message, we're getting the Hierophant. So we're getting a lot of this like real spiritual energy that I think is supportive of your own development, right? But it's like, I don't know, there's a give and take. It's like the 2 of Pentacles. You have to kind of let things happen naturally in order for you to rise when it's time. Because if you are too late or too early, you never know what happens. The other card we have over here is self-confidence, and this is harnessing the energy of the sun. And so it's, again, like I said, it's this divine balance of your ego, but then letting your ego be quiet and listening to the inner guidance to allow you to be perfectly aligned. It's not just luck, it's not just blessings or abundance, but it's about being able to alchemically, metaphysically harness this power so that it puts you in the best position for yourself, for your higher good. Okay. The message is already super, super dynamic, so I don't really want to beat a dead horse, but let's just get a couple more tarot cards and close this message, because I hope this message makes sense. Things are happening for you, whether you believed them to or not, whether you thought you had a hand or a say in them or not. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. But I'm sensing there's something that's going to require a little bit of faith and trust in this risk. Oh, the Star. You are stepping into a position that had your name written on it before you even born, babe. Before you were even a thought in the sky, okay? Before you were even a twinkle in the universe, this was yours. 8 of Swords. You can't even talk yourself out of this one. The sun and the star. The sun and the stars and the moon in the sky are all confirming with the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. This was my sign to start posting Pink Capricorn Tarot. I was overthinking it. But sometimes you just got to simplify. Stop overthinking. Just remember, you've worked so hard. You prayed so hard to be exactly where you are right now. Hopefully, right? So trust yourself. Trust the vision. Trust the purpose a little bit more, okay? That's all I'm going to take. At the bottom of the deck is the Lovers. You may be tapping into a relationship with somebody, and it may be a part of your calling to be in that relationship in a very open and loud and loving way. But you could have been waiting for this. This is giving thumbnail energy for sure. You might have been waiting for this or hoping and wondering, when is it going to make sense for you? Drinking my water, minding my biz. Monday, I'm overrated. Tuesday, on my dick. But you carry this energy of power because of how naturally you're able to harness it, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. The Sun, the Star, the Patient Witch, or the Hanged Man, and the Temperance. They tried to hang you. They tried to crucify you like they did Jesus, and you came back bigger, bagger, stronger than ever. So it's not a matter of you being a child of the divine, and I'm maybe make that the thumbnail, but it's like your energy is truly harnessed, truly blessed. Truly harnessed and truly blessed by the divine. And whatever you have going on, baby, is solid. Your position is motherfucking solidified. And while you could have been so focused on something else, the purpose of this particular moment, if you haven't already had this tower moment or had this moment of realization, what's really coming through is this opportunity for you to like get there. It's happening. It's at your doorstep. It's right before you get there. It's just, you could have this calling on your back where it doesn't even matter where you go, honestly. You're always going to be divinely protected. But I think this is just the key, is focusing on quieting your ego, but allowing your self-confidence to shine. And that's what this energy is all about. You really could have harnessed the sweet spot. Being confident, but not being cocky. Being patient and waiting with the 7 of Pentacles, but still deserving and still knowing that you don't have to wait to eat last. There's a book I have on my shelf. It's by Simon. What does it say? Simon something. Leaders Eat Last. You don't have to eat last. You can still eat first and take care of business and handle what you need to handle, but it doesn't have to come at the expense of you being the last person in line. You could have even told yourself that. That could have been a trope, because I feel like I've heard that quite a bit in some tarot messages where it was like, God is waiting to call you last. I don't want to be called last. Call me right now. Where we at with it? You know what I mean? And so I feel like this is you tapping into your own intuition, you listening to your own higher self and allowing that to get you where you need to be. And that could have even been the key with patience, is that rather than you waiting on God to provide something for you, you stepped up to the plate and said, all right, God, I'm ready for it right now. Where we at with it? And that's the difference, is you telling yourself that you have to wait to receive blessings. I did a reading about this, I think, on TikTok. Be sure to check out the TikTok, the Substack, the Patreon. Okay. Patreon is where you'll get all the podcasts and the longer messages. You'll get shorter readings like YouTube videos like this one, and then Substack is where you'll get all the written content, all the digests, and all of the other stuff. You can check it out on my website, www.angianna.com. Okay, shameless plug. But you can be the kind of person where telling yourself that you need to wait is not maybe the best thing for you to do, because you could be the type of person like me where you need to be moving around. You need to be doing a bunch of different things. And like, you waiting is not going to make it better. Waiting may be the actual opposite thing that you need to do, because you need to be doing something. And I think that's, again, where this divine balance is coming in. So I love that we have the patient witch, and I love that this is talking about patience, because this is just kind of like reaffirming that when you know how to operate in this frequency, it becomes really powerful, so that you have the sun here a couple of times. So this is your moment. This is your time to shine. And this is your opportunity to finally believe in yourself and be the person that you're meant to be. I always record these messages like this because I'm like, if I had to pull some cards and record it for a collective, what would I say? But also take these messages as like personal encouragement and personal self-confidence and improvement for your life. Again, some of the readings may be a little bit more karmic, a little bit more messy, a little bit more drama filled, but some of the messages, may be super positive and super encouraging. Like this one, I feel like this is really for a collective who has been waiting. You've been waiting for so long, and it's time for you to come out of your shell, to come out of your hiding spot, even if you're in your hiding spot because you're planning. Allow yourself to have more fun in this process and in this season, especially this summer. All right. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.